Welcome back. I say welcome back because this is part 2 of a 3-part mini-series. If you've not seen part 1, weird, peculiar life choices of yours, but that's fine. I would recommend going back and watching part 1 because I'm probably going to refer to stuff I said in part 1. So be a bit more normal, not too far outside the box. Appreciate that. But part 2, we're going from level 15 to level 30. And in part 3, we'll hit 30 to 45, which is the end game. If you beat level 45, you've won. Congratulations. But before we get there, we have some decisions to make. We've got to get from level 15 to level 30. And it's this part where we're going to start spreading out the towers we've got. We're going to really still focus on this death area, but we need to start doing a lot more shield damage, which we've currently got nothing to deal with, or nothing to cater for. And we're also going to really try and make sure all of our lanes are as spaced out as possible. This is a 0, this is a 2, which is good. That's a gap. I'd ideally want a gap of a 3, but for now that's acceptable. And then after that we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 2 more than the 2, so that's pretty good. We've actually got 2 here, so I definitely need to spread those out. And again, just to recap, what that means is because there's 2 here, it's 2 waves of units all running through our kill zone at the same time. We only want one going through. We've only got a certain amount of ballistas, flamers, everything, and they can only shoot a certain amount of things at the same time. There's some area of effect, of course, but ballistas don't have that, particle cannons don't have that, so we want to really kind of space out the minions as they're coming through. We've focused primarily on ballistas and flamethrowers. Ballistas are key, they're great. We want to get the armor upgrades, the health upgrades, which leads to the range upgrades and the slow upgrades. This is at a range upgrade, which is why my ballista, this ballista can shoot way back here. That's insane. The very first ballistas, which you'd usually sell, they can reach all the way out here. It's mad. That's good. Get it. Sort it out. And the flame is because armor is a thing early game, and we need to make sure we can deal with that. Next up, though, we want some poison sprays. We're about to start hitting level 16 onwards, and I don't think it's immediate, but poison is going to start rocking up. So we're going to start putting some U down. And I'm going to put 3 down. And then I saw a house, and we're going to put some ballistas next to the house, because we will always do that. We're out of gold. But that's why we put the ballistas next to the house, to get the gold. We want the money. We get the banditry. Key, most important thing. If you get the opportunity to get the banditry card, you get that damn card. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. We're in a good place, so we're going to expand. We're going to expand here once, just to start kind of separating these out. And I'm actually, do we want to come back on ourselves? On the off chance this folds back and we can start getting some shots in from here early, I'll give it a go. Ooh, see, there we go. So that's the reason why I didn't go up here, which could have been good from this. If I fold back and this somehow curves around, these towers will actually be able to reach. So we're getting some shots in. If a tower's not doing anything, it's inefficient. So ideally you want it to always be firing somewhere. And as you can see, because I spaced them out, everything that came through here is already dead. Everything that's coming through here will soon be dead. And then once that's dead, only then will things from up here start rocking up. But, I mean, we've got so many ballistas, that's not even going to make it. Here we go. Level 16, yeah, the shields are rocking up immediately, so you need the poison. You don't need it, but yeah, get it, let's be honest. Let's not mess around. And what you saw there was a unit with bleed damage, fire damage, poison damage, all happening at the same time. Yes, that is what you want. You don't want at any point after this, or even further back here, everything should continuously be bleeding, on fire, and poisoned. Okay, now we've got the first decision again of this part 2, level 16. Tesla coil, quick recap. We will get at some point, but we don't need it now. Maybe level 30 plus, and we just kind of, we've got all the towers down we need. That's when we can start plonking a Tesla coil here, maybe one on here. But for now we're good. Mortar, I don't need a mortar yet. I'm fine. Crits are good. Crits are really important. This one is fantastic late game. Right now, I've got a lot of low-level guys, and knocking that damage back isn't necessarily what I want to do. I may do it. I won't do it. I've got this. But if there's nothing else, you can get it, let's say. And what we've got here are 2 trap cards. I touched upon this last game when talking about the flamethrower, but let's talk about the poison spewer. The poison spewer is here to do poison damage. Poison damage is 100% effective against shields. Flame damage is 50% effective, and I'm pretty sure bleed damage is 50% too. So these guys do shield damage. So you focus on getting their shield damage upgrades. Don't get their armor damage upgrades. That's why we've got flamethrowers. Don't get the health damage upgrades. We have shredders for that. We have ballistas. Everything else does bloody health damage. If you've got nothing else, get it, but really try not to. And then similar for this. So it could be this, but realistically, range. We're going to go back to this first one. This first tower could barely reach past here. I then got an upgrade and it reached past here. Another upgrade and it's out here. Boom. This one ballista's range now. These guys, right at the beginning, which people delete. You build it next to a house to get some money, then they go and sell them later on. But look, you can reach over here now. You're mad. And these guys so far have already got me gifted 194 gold. Be next to 34 gold next turn. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, throughout the 45 levels and the amount you get each turn increases. Oh, it builds up. Gold is key. Cool. So, we are in a great place. We have a lot of money, which we need to spend. I'm going to get a poison spear up here. Check its range. It's not great range, but it does cover the top and the bottom. And I'm going to get another flamer here. So everything starting up there is going to get set on fire. Everything that makes it down there, fire. Same old, burn it all. And a shredder here. No more gold, so I can't do anything else yet. Okay. I'm going to expand. You know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to expand this just once. Because I really want this kind of additional step before anything else. But I'm then going to expand this out. And then I'm going to really start working on anything else here. Now, what could really bite me in the arse is if I expand this and it's another split. That could be very bad. So maybe I won't. We'll see. I'll hold off for now, I think. But yeah, if that splits out there, that's going to cause issues. We'll see how all our area of effects going. Damage over time. Check our mana. It is slowly going down. So that's where we're going to start thinking, okay, we can see throughout the turns it's going down. It will rise a little bit at the end when there's only a couple of stragglers. And your flamers and your things aren't always firing. But this is going down. So I think we are going to get a couple of more mana siphons. Plonk one there. Where else can we go? Ooh, okay, so we have one spot. That's not actually ideal. Which I will get to in a second. In fact, no, I'll get to it right now, goddammit. There. We've got to be a little bit careful. We don't have a lot of mana spots, so we may need some of the banks. I don't want to get them. They're not very cost effective, but we'll see. Options. Testicle, we don't need it yet. Fortification, we will never get it. I repeat, never get it. Tower encampment, I'm also probably never going to get. If I need to, I might, but I probably won't. Phosphorus, fire against shields. We know this. We're not doing it. It's a waste. It's a trap. It's absolute crap. All shredders gain 50% bleed. Yes, that's good. And ballistas deal 25% bleed damage. Also good. Both are actually pretty solid choices. But let's get... Oh, that's actually a tricky one. Genuinely, that is a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to go for this for now. But I am going to want that. Again, we have so many ballistas. Dealing that extra damage is pretty solid. Do I risk it? If I can pull it off, it's great. If this splits, this could ruin the run. Oh, it's a part split. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but it's bloody not good. It's actually okay because it's split this way, so I can put one here, and all these ballistas can kind of start shooting early. It's not ideal though, because if we use this as ground zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the same as this. So I need to just expand out here now. We have a lot of gold. There's too much gold to just be sitting on. I'm going to check our mana. It's going up. It is going up, so we're good for now. I'm going to get a couple more blisters, because you always want blisters. There's no reason to... If you have money sitting around and you're not short to buy and build, buy a blister. In the late game, we're probably going to be putting them on every single one of these spots. So getting them in early just gets some experience. I think, yeah, a much higher level by the time that you actually need them. As everything's leveling up. Beautiful. Wonderful. Blah. Let me sit back and relax. We see our mana's rocketed back up and we're good. Ooh, here we go. We may need this. Again, we're fine for a while for mana, but it can really bite you in the arse if you're not prepared for it. No to lookout towers. No to encampment towers. Potentially yes to flamers and armor. Potentially yes. Potentially... ooh, all towers. All towers. That's a good one. That is not ballistas. That is not flamers. That is not poison spears. That is everything. Everything gets a +1. That's actually really good. If you think this is +1 damage to armor from these flamers, well, this is that as well. plus so much more. Do I risk it by not getting a sorcery? I think we do. I think we'd be a little bit bold here because it's so good. Alright, I'm going to expand you, and then that's it. Okay, cool. That's this area dealt with. One gap between these two isn't ideal. We want maybe 2 gap, but we took the risk. It didn't pay off. We just got to focus up here now and just expand these out as much as possible. We also have a load of gold, so let's get putting some things down. I'm thinking a shredder. I'm thinking a shredder here. That covers this area there. And then probably some poison sprayers right there. Again, you notice I'm still not actually focusing that much on putting these guys to focus on shield damage, which normally you'd think you would, and actually you can do it is good. But if you do the progress, it's always going to hit the thing in front, and it'll leave a nice trail because it's an area of effect. It'll leave a trail. It's not going to keep pinging between them and targeting individuals. So we're good. No mana. That's okay. Probably not. Maybe. Definitely not. Maybe. We have a good couple of maybes here. It's actually down between 2. So, let me tell you why. Things doing additional burn damage or bleed damage is great, actually. That is very good. But increasing the maximum per second is key. Because if there's a unit that's bleeding out, say it reaches 1,000 bleed damage, the amount of damage it's actually taking per second stays the same. It just means that there's more damage it will take eventually. If it keeps running around this whole thing, eventually 1,000 damage would have been dealt to it. And if you increase the amount of things that are doing that damage, it'll go 1,200, 1,500. It's going to build up and up and up. But the amount of damage per second is going to be the same. That's why you need these two, because these will increase the amount of damage you take per second. And I'm going to go for poison, purely because shields are a bit of a pain in the early mid-game now. Let's call this the mid-game. Between 15 to 30, shields are an issue, so we want to do the poison damage. We quickly check our phones. Cool. We got texted. We ignore it because we're busy beating level 45. Again, we have loads of gold. We should be spending that. And that is not good. So we're going to get a flamethrower and a poison sprayer again. If you're ever unsure, do I have more flamers? Do I have more poison sprayers, spewers, whatever it's called? Check the cost. Each time you buy one, the cost increases. So I know I've got more flamers than poison sprayers because it costs more to get another flamer. So we're going to get a poison sprayer. And we're going to pop you. I'm going to chuck you. I'm going to chuck you up here. I do want to start doing poison damage earlier, sooner rather than later. It's quite a way away, but if we can get a bit up there, by the time it reaches around here, it's a lot of shields already been gone. The key reason to not do that is this is completely useless to everything coming from here and down here. So if you put a tower that can hit every lane, that is infinitely more valuable than a tower that can hit half the lanes. But in this case, I think we're going to be okay because there's a lot of lanes up here. Probably more because this is where I'm going to start expanding it. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, I'm really tempted to do this. No, I won't. I'm just a little bit cautious about this, but there's a lot for it to go through, so I think we'll be okay. Long term, maybe I will, but we're good for now. So let's start spacing these out. This is the new 0. This is a 1. This is a 2. I expand the 2 out. And then I'll expand the 1. So we have a 0, a 2, and a 3. And we'll expand the 3. So it's a 0, a 2, and a 4. As much of a gap as we can. Ideally you want 3 between them, but 2 is fine if you can't do that. And I've not spent my gold. I'm talking too much. Chuck down some ballistas. We actually did get a little house up there. I'm not going to bother quite yet, but I am going to get another flamer, I think. Here. And maybe... yeah, I think I'm okay. Everything that came from down here is long gone. I might actually get one over up on here. It's a level 3, that's great. It'll continue doing damage to anything that makes it past, and it'll get some early damage in too. This poor, lonely, slow boy. Come on now. Oh, you leveled up my tower. I appreciate that, man. Haunted house. Crap, don't get it. Fortification. Crap, don't get it. Mine. Crap, don't get it. Look at tower. Not crap, but I'm not going to get it. So it's out of 2. Crits. Key. Early-ish. These are low level, but you know what? Now's the time maybe we can start thinking about it. And sharpened blades. Damage to health is good for the shredders. That's just smart. I am going to do it though. I think at this stage, things are starting to hit a level. Not this guy. I've obviously just built him. But some of these guys are starting to hit a level where they've been around long enough that it actually does become quite efficient to get this. And thanks to the card we got earlier on, if I quickly press T, we can see we originally got another crit damage thing wherever it was, but effectively these now do. This one, for example, has 20% crit chance, and that's actually pretty good. Everything else will get there eventually. It says 21%. It'll kind of reach around there once it levels up. That's a good amount. That's what we want. So we again 3,000 gold. Too much gold. Track a shoulder down. Again, really prioritize the high grounds, the +1s, +2s, +3s. Get the damage over time in. Another poison sprayer. I'm going to chuck you. Running out of spaces where it's going to hit everything. You can reach though just, so you'll do fine. And then we'll fill in some gaps with some ballistas. Voila. Let's have a quick look at our map. We're all good. This is our major kill zone. This was originally kind of 0.0 where everything at first diverges out. And then from there we have a 1. We have a 1, 2, 3. We have a 1, we have a 3, and we have a 4. 1, 3, 4. We do want a 1, 3, and a 5 ideally. We'll look at it at some point. But for now, after that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we also have a 4 here, which is not ideal. And a 5 and a whatever this was, a 5, 6, 7. I'm going to expand you first, just so I can then expand this. And then technically, nothing, I believe, I could have miscounted, nothing is effectively together. So we'd never have 2 lanes converging on this point at the exact same time. We expand. No houses, no mana points. We can possibly drop one down here when we need it. We don't for the moment. And we can put a house here, which will get us gold. This is new-ish, these two, and yet still already got 222 gold from it. It really does ramp up a lot. So these guys down here, for example, this one has so far got me 615 gold. That is, I'm level 21. Exponential growth, man. Kind of. We're good. We're in a great place. Nothing's making it. They're reaching ground zero and they're all dying. And these guys, right from the beginning, they're still shooting. Which is wonderful. Die, die, die. Kill, kill, kill. Getting a good amount of gold back. Cool. Radar. Not going to get it. Mine. Crap. Don't get it. Encampment. Not going to get it. So we have enchanted bolts. Ideally not. Ballistas dealing shield damage. It's okay because we have so many ballistas. It is technically a good thing, but we're going to have a lot of poison sprayers and other things to do with shields. So I think we're okay. Other options though. Let's have a quick look. Fire damage to shields. No. No. Shields and armor. Fire damage to armor is thumbs up. Fire damage to shields. Crap. Don't get it. What we have here though is the gold mine. Poisoning enemies also slows them by 5% of poison gained. Yeah. Everything on this map will be poisoned. Therefore, everything on this map will be slow. That's good. Cool. So if we treat this as new 0, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we can now do this. And really expand those out. Ideally, again, like I said, I'm going to expand this, but we don't need to worry too much because as you can see, both here and here, it's close enough that they're starting to pile up. This will all be dead before anything else gets here, bar some fast bats, but who gives a crap. They're not a threat. 4,000 gold. Let's spend that. Keep a little eye. It's all good, they're dying. Everything up there is dying. Slow things are slow. Quelle surprise. But we're level 22 and we're in a very good place. We have the kind of the key most important towers. We have, that's above all, we need these 4. Obviously we're going to get this one. And ideally some sort of mana siphon or however you can, whatever you need to do to make sure you have enough mana. If you run out of mana again, you're probably game over. So you need to make sure you have that. Cool. Here we go. Large acid is a good one. Haunted house. Crap. Jagged heads is pretty good. A lot of additional bleed damage. Sorcery is good. We can run out of mana spots and we can really get in a pickle. So sorcery is a good way to cover that. This is great. And this is good. I think I'm going to get this. Sorcery. It's not vital now. I think I'm okay for mana for now. But I'm going to really ramp up these guys. And ideally, at some point soon, I may start getting some particle, whatever the crap they are. The obliterator things. And they cost a lot of mana. So we need to really make sure we are prepared for that. And 8 mana per second goes up to 10 mana per second. Wonderful. And we'll have a quick look. And this is now a 1, a 2, and a 3. Let's expand the 3. We're at level 23. Level 25 is a big one. We got to be prepared for that, boy. But we're feeling strong. Come on. We've thought about this well. Everything's dealing what they should be dealing with. Oh, I have an overwhelming amount of money that I should not have. Let's put you there. Let's put a poison spray up on the 3. Multiple poison sprays. And you know what? Let's add a flamethrower there for good measure. And then we're going to drop a load more ballistas. Not necessarily on the corners, because maybe some Tesla coils or something's going to go down there. Who knows? If I plonk one up here, look at his range. It's a +3, plus the range upgrades. This one guy, huge range. That's a particle cannon range. That's insane. That's a mortar range. And we still have loads more gold, so we'll quickly pick a card, and then we'll deal with the gold. I don't really want the obelisk yet. I may get it. We'll see. We're not going to get this. We poison enemies, take 1 extra shield damage from all attacks. Yes, that's good. Mana bank. Ooh, you see? Let me look up here. We're out of mana. I should probably get a mana bank option. I don't want to. I'm not going to get a mine. I'm not going to get a university. I'm going to think about this. It's going to be either vial consumption or a mana bank. Now, logically, I should get the mana bank because we can make poison as strong as it could ever imagine it to be. If we haven't got mana, we're not poisoning anything. Do I risk it? It's tempting. It is tempting. I do want this, but I am going to have to get this and possibly spend money on mana banks. I don't like that. I'm going to plonk you there. I'm going to have a little look. I think we're good there. Yeah, I don't really want to. I'm going to start and I'm going to see whether or not our mana is increasing. If not, I'm going to drop a load of mana banks very quickly. So I'm going to save a little bit of money for that. And I'm going to put some stuff here maybe, just so I can reach down. Either way, if we think 1, that's a 2, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's expand the 2. Cool, it hasn't expanded. This is good. This is really good. Sorry, it hasn't split out. If that split, again, it's just more things to deal with, more headaches. So we're going to really limit. We could get to a stage now, actually. If we could expand this out once more, then we can ignore everything and just continually expand this one. Just as one lane. Because everything else is spaced out enough that we can probably deal with it. The towns we have can deal with it. Keep an eye. The mana is going down. When everything's firing, the mana is still going down. Oh, we did get a little cheeky mana block there, which we're trying to keep an eye on. It's hard to say now because a lot of things aren't firing. I am going to get a couple of mana banks at this stage. Let's just chuck you down there. One more for good measure because I don't want to worry about it. There we go. Now we're good. We're good now. We got plenty of gold now. Plenty of mana. We're in a pretty solid spot. I've just seen how radioactive I am right now in the lighting. That's fine. I can glow. Ooh, no. Not what I thought it was. Good. Most likely this. All mana banks. Yeah. No. We're going to get this. First of all, ballistas dealing additional health damage. Great. Loads of ballistas. We want them to be dealing health damage. But more importantly, when we get this, we'll be able to get the slow cold bolt upgrade, and that's a really good one. We do want that. Now we're at 5,000 and we're fine for mana, so we don't need to worry about that. So we can focus on tracking down a couple more of you. I'm gonna put down a shredder here. It hasn't quite got the range I wanted it to. I'm not gonna put down a shredder there. That's probably gonna be a Frostkeep or a Tesla something. Let's instead chuck you. Oh, where do we want you? Let's just chuck you up here for now. It'll get some shots in early over here. A bit more money still. Let's get you in there, why not? It's a house, you put something next to it. I really could be putting them down here as well. I probably should have been from the beginning, but I didn't. 822. Next gift is 75. Wonderful. Wicked, wicked. Let's have a look then. More flamers. Why not? More poison sprays. Why not for that as well? Let's just do it. Chuck it down here. It's not on a plus, but it covers some good areas, so I'm going to put you there. We've got a little bit of gold left, so why not one more ballista? Again, purely because we can be getting levels up. In fact, there we go. This whole area is even these 0 blocks. We're going to be putting some poison sprays down on. So again, one. Let's have a quick look. We ignore 1, 1, 2, 3. That's a good enough gap. So we expand out here. Beautiful. Wonderful. Don't split. That's good. We still stay a little bit concerned down here. But we're alright for now. In fact, I may start putting a couple of things here to focus on these guys, and they could even reach over there if needed. Specifically, let's put a shredder there. He covers all around and gets some good damage in early. And a poison spray, because shields are horrible. Here he is. There he is. Zombie Oogie. Level 25 Zombie Oogie comes up. This is where we need to make sure we did have all of the poison sprays down, because this guy has a lot of shield and you need to be prepared for that. I'm going to keep an eye out for everything. We do have a lot of poison sprays down. There's a long way for him to go beyond all of these poison sprays. And it's because we timed it well, because we've been focusing on what we need to focus on. Look at him. How slow this guy's going. He's so poisoned. He's on fire. He's bleeding out. He's not a chance. Not a hope. He's not even reached ground zero. And he's gone. The amount of obliteration going on, and because for the mana we're good, nothing's going to not be firing, and that's Zombie Oogie done. Easy. Follow the simple rules and easy. We're nearly at level 30 and we're through kind of the mid part of the game where people can really start losing it. Let's have a quick choice though. Maybe. No. Haha, it's going to say maybe, but actually this is what we were after. Probably not. And probably not, but yeah, because we've got level 2 on the health damage for our blisters, we now get access to frost bolts. The chilly ones, they slow things down. We have a lot of guys, so we're going to make things go slow. Let's have a look. You cover in there for now. I think I'm okay for now. Again, everything's going to come through here long before anything up here, so we should be good. And let's just expand you out. That's upsetting, and that's where we need to deal with next. Oh, we also didn't get the treasure. Always get the Oogie treasure. That's great. Poison take. Yep, that's what we wanted to get earlier on. So we're going to get it now. Again, everything is going to be poisoned, so it'll be taking additional damage from everything. That's bloody fantastic. So that's what we're going to go for. Yeah, it's fine down here. Nothing's making it. These guys, this guy, we're good. We have a good amount of money. Our mana is fine. Let's chuck down. See the difference here? Because I was a little bit worried about Oogie, we went a little bit heavier on the poison sprays, and now we can tell the difference. So we're going to get a flamer. And we're going to chuck you. Where do we want a flamethrower? Let's put you up here, actually. Right to there. Get some good line of sight down there, down there. Yeah, why not? That feels good. And again, a little tip here. These guys have health, then armor, then mana. So you won't deal any damage to the armor until the shield is gone. So health, armor, shield. You only deal damage to health when the shield is down. Let's wait for these guys to die. Finish these guys off. One little guy left, being super slow. And voila. Voila. We're nearly there. Nearly at level 30 with really minimal threats. What's made it here? Nothing's got past. Nothing's been a threat. And we're going to start really looking for some particle towers and maybe an obelisk now. Obelisk we don't really need until much later, but we're not seeing a particle cannon, so maybe we'll get this. I can't remember the name of it. Tesla core is also one we may want to get. It's a little bit early, but it's a good thing to get. We can kind of, we left a couple of spots open intentionally for that. Sorcery level 2. I think is very good. We're fine for mana now, but that will become an issue at some point. Frostkeep, again, similar to Tesla Coil, maybe a little bit earlier. Encampment we're not going to get. Napalm I'm probably not going to get either for the time, but I may get Sorcery, I think. Yeah, I think so. Again, because we've got the banks, we're increasing our max capacity, and therefore the Sorcery is more effective because of it. So let's get that. And let's see, 24 a second. There we go. That is good. And again, they add up. The first one, Sorcery 1, gives you 1% per second. Sorcery 2 gives you 2%. That doesn't mean in total you have 2% because you're at level 2. It means you have 3% because you've got both level 1 and level 2. It adds them up. This is similar for when you get the upgrades for these, for the towers. If you look down here, we do plus 8 armor damage for this because we got the all of the kind of increased armor damage, and they are cumulative. Right, that's the word. That's what I was looking for. We've got a shit ton of money, let's be honest. We're good for mana, so let's put some things down. Let's put down a load of ballistas in the key zones. These guys now, if you remember, they're slowing things down as well. Let's have a quick recap. These guys are doing 5% slow, great range. They're doing great crits, shield, armor, health. Minus on base damage because of the crit, but yeah. And because of that, we do want them to level up as much as possible, because the higher level, the less of an impact the minus was, because the higher the crit chance they have. Wicked. Let me have a wee look. See again. I'm thinking one more flamethrower just to even it out, and I'm going to put one down here. I just want to be a bit cautious. A lot's going in up here, and we're going to probably continue focusing up here. It's been the key area, but I just want to make sure, as we're paying so much attention up here, we don't forget and have something run around and really screw us over, to be frank. So let's put a flamethrower. If I put one here, you're not going to cover up there, so it's kind of pointless. I could get one here. Put a flamethrower there. That's got a good bit of coverage. It's early. It's going to kind of get the ticking, the dot damage over time, ticking early, which is good. So I think we're okay. Again, let's have a quick recap. Before our 0.0, we have a 1, we have a 1, 2, 3, and we have a 4. I really want to do it. So at the moment we have a 1, a 3, and a 4, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do need to expand this, and a 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to expand this first. Cool. It didn't. If that split out, oh, I'd have been very upset. It didn't. That's good. And then we can expand this out. Everything's nicely gapped apart. This is obviously a big issue. I definitely need to start splitting this up, and I will start doing that next term. Because right now we have a lot of things all running in from the exact same point. That is upsetting. Let's have a quick look down. Our mana is absolutely fine. Of course it is. Gold is pretty good, so we're going to start putting some things down. It's not because we need to put things down. It's because we have a shit ton of gold. And gold you have in the bank is completely pointless and worthless. In fact, because we have such good range, I am really going to prioritize the high ground for the blisters. Like this guy all the way back here is going to be shooting miles. Everything from down here is dead. Everything from up here is dying. Bat, really. We're nearly at level 30, which is the end game. It's where heroes fall. Level 30 is tough. Level 35, level 40 is a big jump, and level 45 is unique. And when we get to level 45, I'll show you what you need to do. And you don't need to do it, but I would thoroughly recommend doing it. Fortification, Fortification, we're not going to get. Crap, don't bother. Phosphorus, crap, don't bother. Infection, not great. Maybe bother, not yet. Very good, Frostbolts. I like Frostbolts. This is crap, don't get it. I would normally go for Frostbolt level 2 here, because everything's, again, that's 10% decrease. But what we've seen is the particle cannon. This is a new tower we haven't got yet. We haven't needed it yet. Because of that, it's still cheaper. It's cheaper than everything else, despite being a particle cannon. We're going to get the particle cannon, and we're going to really put you pretty much anywhere where there's a slightly higher ground. Maybe here, so +3. +1 maybe. +2, there we go. His range. Boom. With this, our first particle cannon is down. because I'm feeling fancy. I'm going to get another particle cannon. I'll get 2. We could put it way up here. And you know what, I'm going to put it down there to show you its range. Because it's a +3, it actually reaches ground zero. It's insane. You could even put it on a bloody fort if you want to. Yes, you can build on the forts. Look at the range of that guy. Let's not get too over the top though. We'll go back here and we'll put it in an area where it's always going to get firing. Ideally a +2 just because the additional damage is great. Your range actually there's not, that's way out the way, but it's pretty much covering the entrances just about. And it's always going to be firing at something, which is what we need it to be doing because we need it to get the experience. And it's in getting these that our mana is going to start hurting, but it's worth it. These guys are strong, and we're probably going to wrap up a few more of those and eventually get the obelisk as well. Outside of that, we get some more ballistas. Of course we do. They're wonderful. Pop one there. One more we can get. So we'll chuck you here. I know you're not getting anything from the house, but it doesn't matter. You're still, you know, you're important to me. Here we go. This is where we want to start spreading them out. I'm going to expand down. Maybe it'll come back around here and get some more use. Maybe not, and that's fine. These guys are firing. That's great. Going to keep an eye on the mana. These take 12 mana a shot, and that is actually quite a lot. So that is going to start impacting it a bit, especially if we can get a few of them. For now, though, clearly we're fine, so we're not worried. These are also going to be helpful for this low area in case I get worried and forget about it. We've got them covered. Little Death Valley down here is coming along well. Got a nice amount of gold. Let's get some more poison, because everything should be poisoned. Yes, poison them all. I'm thinking I want the poison to really hit home earlier. So I'm gonna not put you there, I'm gonna put you there. And I'm keeping this free again for Frostkeeps and Tesla coils. They're not the most important thing, but later on they can be really helpful. It's a big jump when everything slows down and you just keep Tesla. Check the mana. We're all good. We sit back. We look at our highly radioactive cells. Now there's some questionable white balancing. That's fine. If I play around with it too much, I'm sure the green screen will fail. So we'll give it a go for now. Mines, crap. I'm not going to get them. Good. Pretty good. Handy. Level 28 maybe now. Crap. It's going to be, I think, between Bleed and Dry, which is great. Probably this one. Maybe this. But again, if you remember, when you're adding additional bleed damage, there's only a certain amount of damage it does per second. This is what increases that. If we go from, he's got 1,000 bleed damage to 10,000 bleed damage, per second it's the exact same amount of damage. It just changes how long that lasts. So we're going to increase it to get that damage in more. Could get a Frostkeep just to start slowing things down, but no. We're going to get the poison damage, the bleed damage up. And with that, we're probably going to get another Shredder. What's your range? It's acceptable, isn't it? That's fine. This is still the issue, so we expand you, and we'll expand one of them, just to kind of start spacing them out. And we have a little drink, because I can't stop talking. All the pings are things leveling up. Wonderful. Our mana's good. Our particle cannons are firing. Ooh. So beautiful. We'll buy another particle cannon. And a +1. Is it +2? Yeah. Clonk you down. And purely because I saw them, let's get some more flamethrowers. Let's put you... Oh, where do we want more fire? What wants more fire? You want fire, I think. Yes. Yes, you do. One more flamethrower. There we go. Little fire corner. Just to even out the flamethrowers and the poison sprayers. Keeps it nice and round. All of this still fine. These little houses. 1,227 gold these have earned me so far. An extra 90 next term. This guy's dead. Armor is fine. Something's still alive. Dear God, you're slow. We're just going to sit here and watch this guy slow everyone down. It's like the guy who just walks in the middle of the street, the middle of the pavement, overwhelmingly slow. Here we go. Ooh. probably have to be the obelisk, but ooh. Corrosion. Poison against armor. Crap, don't bother. This is good. It's amazing we still haven't got this yet. But at this point, we have the obelisk. So do we even need this anymore? Again, magnetic blades, pointless. The shredders are not here to deal damage to shields. They're here to deal health damage. Continuous bleed damage. I don't care about shields for them. And Gambit, we're not going to bother this run. Obelisk, I think, is probably what we're going to get. Yeah, so let's get it. So there's another one. Much like the particle cannon, but for shields rather than... for armor rather than shields. The main other difference is it is nowhere near quite the range on a 1. Look at that. Compared to these guys, boom. So we've got to be a little bit cautious about where we put these. We're not going to put them up here because that's reserved. I'm going to put one over here for now though. What's a +1? Again, +1's a lot more damage. But these guys, you'll see what damage they do in a second. 2 flames here almost makes the obelisk there a bit redundant. Let's put one over here. Let's put one back here. Yeah, there really aren't too many great spots, are they? I've just taken up all the good ones. We've got 2 3s there, so screw it. 3. It's going to cover this little clip for anything that makes run, and then over there. And you'll see what they do in a second. Quite glorious, I must say. We're about to hit level 30. We've got a little bit of gold. We're alright for most things, so what do? We put down ballistas. We check for... There we go, we could get that. We'll be cautious about that and use it when we need it, but for now, I'm going to chuck down some more ballistas because why not? Excuse me. And the answer is, there is no why not, just do it. Damn it. There. I can't afford another one. Cool. Level 30. The final level, we'll quickly run through this wave, kill everything, because that's what happens, and then I can recap and move on to part 3. The confidence as I say this, and then I lose. Level 30. Wouldn't that be an overwhelming waste of time having watched all this? Point 0. There we go. That's what this guy does. It literally melts things. We keep an eye on this go rapidly down. So we will need to worry about mana with the particle cannons and this guy. 2 per shot, and it's 360. For reference, a ballista is 20. Flamer, 60. The particle cannon is 12. This, 360. That is a lot of shots per minute. And as a result of that, we're out of mana. So what we're going to do is we're going to very rapidly cover up here. Mana siphons, some very lucky +3 mana siphons. Because anytime we're out of mana, that means things are not firing. Most likely the particle cannons aren't firing. Because this is the highest mana used per single shot. When it gets to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, these guys, your poison sprays, your flamers, and your obelisks are going to be firing. And it'll use up your mana so that your particle cannons will never get the opportunity. And my mana's coming back up because this guy's not currently firing. We've got a load of money. We're actually okay for mana. But I am going to get one more bank just to be safe. Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm going to get a bank quickly down there. Voila. Cool. Level 30. Let's quickly pick a card. We know what to do. We don't get this because it's crap. We probably don't get this. We definitely don't get this. We're not going to get this. We may get this. Bleeding enemies take an extra 1 health damage from all attacks. We get this because everything's bleeding. We got the poison one. We'll get the fire one. We now need to get the blood one because everything is bleeding because of the shredders. Everything hitting that will continue to do more damage. That's good. And there we go. That's level 15 to level 30. Wave 15 to wave 30, if you will. We've made it again without any real threat. Nothing's got past ground zero. Nothing's made it down. Even along this long kind of run and everything down here, the range of these guys, they're still going to continue getting shot, but nothing's come close. And what have we done? Between wave 1 and 15, we got ballistas and flamethrowers. We really went heavy on those. We upgraded the ballistas because they're so good. And we focused on flamethrowers for the armor. There's no shields before level 16 from 1 to 15, so don't worry about it. We weren't too worried about mana either because there was nothing to be concerned about. We're not going to be using that much mana. We did get gold. We got a lot of gold. We got banditry. Get banditry always. Don't care what else there is, get banditry. And since then, as we've expanded, we've staggered each of these lanes. I want to expand this one more at some point, but I'm a little bit nervous because it could turn into a 3, which would be a real pain. But we see this is ground zero, so we have a 1. We have a 1 I can never see. 1, 2, 3. and a 4. So a 1, a 3, and a 4. And that just means that when the round starts, everything here in ground 0 shoots this one area. And by the time this guy, anything coming from over here reaches it, everything here is dead already. So everything, all of my turrets are free to start shooting these guys. At no point should we have 2, 3, 4 lanes worth of minions all hitting this one area at the same time. And that's when you lose. So that's what we've done. When we hit level 15, we started getting a little bit more focused on poison sprays. That's when the shields really rock up, so we put down some poison sprays to deal with those. We went heavy on them. Again, really focusing on this one kind of key area which everything goes past. We always built next to houses because the gold is great, and gold is great. And we moved on from there. We've got some shredders as well. I think it was actually right at the beginning. Maybe some point you can get kind of between 10 and 15, 10 and 20. We do want to get some shredders because we need the bleed damage. But yeah, mana from the shields, from the poison sprays. After that, we started looking at some particle cannons and obelisks. We don't need these. We don't need these now before 30, to be completely honest. But it's good to be prepared. You don't want to hit areas where you kind of really want to start getting these, and then the guard doesn't turn up. So if it turns up at level 29, level 28, get it. It's fine. Put them down. Everything's expanded out. Everything's pretty staggered. So like I said, a 1, a 3, a 4, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, if these are the same, I've got to expand one of these because these are 2 parts the same distance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have an 11. We have a 10, we have an 11, and we have 11, 12. 10, 11, 12. So what I'll do next is probably expand one of these 2, just so they're not the same. Kind of recount, just to recap, make sure everything's staggered. And then just continue going ham, particle cannons, obelisks, poisons, flamers, always ballistas. Get as many ballistas down. Keep your eye on the mana. And you win the game. It's that easy. Oh, it's that simple and it feels good. I've been Crispy WT. This has been part 2 of 3. There'll be a link down below to part 3. Watch it so you can see the final push. Right up to level 40 where it gets tough, and 45 where it usually gets stupid and we make questionable decisions. But we have to do it. It's our only option, so we just do it. Appreciate it as always. Like, subscribe, the usual crap you've heard a billion times before. It really does help, and this is a brand new channel, so anything like that would be very much welcome. I promise, probably not point 3 because I'm about to go straight into part 3, but at some point I will change the white balance so I'm not radioactive. But that's fine for now, we don't really care too much about that. And we are good. Appreciate it as always. Crispy WT. Catch you next time. Bye.